my treasure, welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna do, I think, the final part that I will upload about slow damage. Because, yeah, these videos take a long time to make. So I thought, you know what, I'll do one more. Just, you know, to give a bit more impression. And because we were left at a cliffhanger at the last time, right? Because we just dropped on the floor and thought, you know what, let's go sleep. So, yeah, let's see what Toa's up to on the ground. And if it's cold. Ugh, my head. The stabbing pain made me grimace. Oh, no. Where am I? Yeah, you're not on the ground anymore. Forcing my sluggish brain to cooperate, I slowly reviewed the events of last night. I went to roost, got drunk, and left. Then, on my way home, I must have passed out on the sidewalk. And yet, for some reason, I was now lying on a bed. Oh no, somebody picked you up! This was not my room. And there was a weird smell. Not in an unpleasant sense, just very distinct. I must have smelled it somewhere before. Oh my god! Plants! As my mind sharpened, I sat up and looked around the room. What are all these plants? Oh my god! It's a plant person. Did someone take my drunk ass off the street? I was wearing all my clothes and my behind me didn't hurt. So apparently they didn't have their way with me while I was out. So someone just brought me here? Was it one of my past hookups? Whoever it was had tucked me in, but I pushed the covers off and moved to get up. Until I saw the bandage wrapped around my arm. I didn't remember getting a bandage on my arm. Hell, I didn't even remember needing a bandage. Was this the work of the same person who brought me here? Oh no! I unrolled the bandage to find a 4-inch piece of gauze taped to my skin. Ugh! We need to censor that. Under that was a 4-inch long cut. When and where did I get this wound? And who treated it? Confused, I tossed the unrolled bandage to the bed and stood up. Every time I moved, my head throbbed and my vision pitched sideways. All these flowers. The room was clean and tidy, with a table and a small sofa, a TV, a bed, and dozens of decorative plants. Dozens? I think hundreds of plants. I could also see pruning shears, a spade, and a watering can. Whoever lived here clearly liked gardening. Yeah, they do! The potted plants were easily the best part about this place, and I could see even more of them lined up on the balcony. I was clueless about plants, so I couldn't tell what they were, but when I smelled that weird smell again, my attention narrowed on them. To a novice like me, they all looked like the same kind of plants, so I couldn't tell them apart. Judging from their verdant leaves and bright blooming flowers, their owner probably took good care of them. Still, this was only making the mystery even deeper. What was I doing here in this plant room? I think they think you're a plant. I could see a coat sitting folded on the sofa and recognized it as mine. I grabbed it and pulled it on. Okay. More plants! Then I opened the door and walked out of the green leafy room into a hallway where I found even more potted plants. There were so many. They took up half the walking space. I progressed down the hall to the front door where I found my shoes lined up neatly. Seriously, what motive did they have? I don't know. I stepped into my shoes and left the apartment. Uh-oh. Where are we? Briefly, I glanced over my shoulder at the number plate. 1403. No name listed. I walked down to the end of the hall and found an elevator, but decided to take the stairs instead, all the way down to the ground floor. As I passed through the lobby, I glanced over at the mailboxes. I spotted the one for 1403, but once again, there was no name listed. Who could it be? Once I was outside, I looked back at the building. It was a high-rise condo tower, about 25 stories tall. Judging from that, this was probably District E. Unlike mainland Japan, high-rise condos in Shinkomi rented for cheap, especially in District E. Looking at the endless walls of them, I could easily imagine why. Back in the heyday, Shinkomi city officials ignored safety protocols to build enough housing for the new influx of residents. They were all built on unsteady foundation, and they were packed in so tightly you would scarcely get any sunlight living there. The buildings only got taller as you traveled, closer to the ocean. Livability wasn't a high priority when the land itself was so limited. So in these parts, if you owned a single-story house, you were rich! I pulled my phone out of my coat pocket and launched the GPS app to find out where I was. Murase's clinic was about 15 minutes walk away. I quietly memorized my route, then dropped my phone back in my pocket and started walking. You were just in a rando's house and you just, yeah, there's no point in calling the police. When I arrived at the clinic, I went upstairs to my apartment. He really doesn't care. Inside, the TV that I had left on had been switched off. Probably Taku again. My clean laundry was sitting folded on the sofa, and I got the sense he'd tidy up things while I was gone. I pulled off my coat and flung it over the back of the sofa. Then I switched the TV back on and flopped down on my back. Oh, there he goes again. I grabbed a pack of cigarettes off the coffee table and lit one. My hangover had persisted since I woke up in a stranger's house, and it ached with every heartbeat. Okay, arched with every heartbeat. Slowly, I exhaled the cigarette smoke and lifted my arm into view. My brand new mystery cut was still oozing. Ew. I thought back to the strange apartment filled with nothing but plants. What kind of weirdo lived there? As curious as I wasn't going to go out of my way to find out. No, just run, I had only taken a couple of drags, but nevertheless I pinched my cigarette between my fingers and put it out in the ashtray. My body felt like lead. I draped one arm over my eyes. Then I wandered into the darkness behind my eyelids. Aww. What happened, baby? What did they do to you?
Ita!
Oh my God, Ray! I heard my door open, followed by a loud, cheerful voice that stabbed into my eardrums. At least now I didn't have to wonder who it was. Hi, Ray! It's Ray again! I lowered the arm I had draped over my eyes and looked in the direction of the voice. Ray and Taku were standing there in my room.
ちょっととは、昨日はあれからまっすぐ家に帰ったの？っていうかお昼よ、お昼。
Ray set his large tote bag down on the coffee table with a thud. Okay. Oh, Ray's angry. Taku walked over to the sofa and crouched down to check on me.
具合が悪そうだ。大丈夫か？
Yeah.
二日酔い。
Hungover.
昨日も飲みまくってたものね。いつものことだけど。
With a catty quip, Ray pulled out a series of plastic containers and set them on the table. Apparently, they were here to eat lunch with me. Oh no, he doesn't eat! Whenever Ray cooked for us, we would always eat it up here.
今日のメニューはトマトハンバーグカレーよ。
Jeez.
お、なんだか洒落てるな。
That's so fancy.
そう？時間がなかったから簡単にできるものにしたんだけど。お皿と飲み物の準備お願い。
わかった。
Okay. Taku rose his feet, walked into the seldom used kitchen and fetched us a bunch of stuff. Plates, forks, spoons, and bottled drinks.
ありがとう。ほら、トアも起きて。食べるわよ。
Okay, we're gonna eat. Let's eat. At Ray's prompting, I slowly sat myself up. My head still ached, but not as bad as earlier. Oh! Then he served up his ground beef tomato curry and we were ready to eat. Oh my god, I'm hungry, I need it!
いい匂いだな。
I can even smell it!
それじゃ早速食べましょう。いただきます。
Ray picked up his spoon and started eating. Taku took a bite, then immediately looked at
う
Ray.
まい。
Yeah, I know, it looks delicious!
トマトの酸味が効いてるな。
そうなのそうなの。トワはどう？
Toa doesn't eat. Ray shot me a hopeful look, so I picked up my spoon.
ちょっと待て、ト
But before I could take a bite, Taku stopped me.
ワ、どうしたそれ。
Let that dude eat! He doesn't eat anything! He eyed the fresh cut on my arm.
ちょっと。
見せてみろ。
Let me see it. Spoon still in hand, I offered him my arm. He took it and gingerly pulled it out.
切
Gingerly?
られたのか
Did you get stabbed? I don't know.
わからないよ。
気づいたらこうなってて、包帯も巻かれてた。
包帯どういうことだ
昨日、ルースとの帰りに道端で潰れて、
I passed out.
やっぱり。
I knew
目が
it.
覚めたら、知らない部屋にいた。
え？
お前、それは。
Are you serious? Yeah, that was my reaction too. The two of them stared at me, wide-eyed.
知らない部屋ってどういうこと？
そのままの意味だよ。
誰かに連れ込まれたのか他に被害は
何も。ベッドに寝かされて、この傷ができてたくらい。
And that was it.
それって泥酔してわけがわからないうちにやられちゃったってこと？
いや、何もされてない。
No, not like that.
え？意味がわからないんだけど。
I completely
つま
lost.
り酔いつぶれて目を覚ましたら知らない部屋のベッドに寝ていて覚えのない怪我をしていたと
その部屋
Sounds
は
weird,
全然
yeah.
覚えがないわけ？心当たりも？
No,
ない。
nope,
部屋には誰かいたの？
nope,
誰も。
nope.
何それ？
So it wasn't you
なんか
guys.
気持ち悪いわね。結
Who likes
本
plants?
当に気をつけろよ道端で寝込むなんて襲ってくださいって言ってるようなもんじゃないか
I'm thinking. They both seemed incredibly worried for my safety, but not me. If I got then I got
よし食べたら早めに戻ってトアの怪我の処置をするか
オッケー。
Roger Dodger! Who says Roger Dodger? And so the two of them started eating at lightning
俺
speed.
は別に後ででも。
But before I could finish, Ray whipped his head around to glare at me, his mouth full of curry.
何言ってるの？とは前にも傷を放置して化膿させて熱を出したことがあったじゃない。小さな怪我だからって甘く見てると危ないのよ。特にトワはそういうのいい加減なんだから。どうしてできたのかわからない怪我なんて怖いし、ちゃんと治療した方がいいわ。
Okay, boss. He was starting to sound like my mom or something. I shrugged. That's it. So Taku is the dad and Ray is the mom. Okay. Now I get it. They're like his surrogate parents.
さ見せてみろ
Okay, let's take a look. After we finished our food, we briefly borrowed the exam room before the clinic reopened in the afternoon. Taku took my arm and carefully examined the
こ
cuts.
れは刃物ナイフでやられたのか
刃物？切られたってこと？やだ、怖い。
So terrible. Ray frowned as he peered at my wound from behind me.
怪我としては大きいものじゃないからすぐに治るだろうお前
He was blacked out, man.
自分で切ったとかじゃなく
切ってない。
Wasn't me. Taku used a pair of tweezers to gently rub a cotton ball soaked with disinfectant against the cut, which began to sting. Ow! Once the wound was disinfected, he slathered ointment onto a strip of gauze and pressed it against my arm. Using tape to secure it in place, then he wrapped the bandage around it.
これでよし
Thank you.
大丈夫だとは思うが 何があったらすぐ言えよ。
Okay, boss.
もう飲むのはいいけど本当に気をつけてよね。
Okay, I'll be careful, Mom.
最悪。
にしても理由はわからないんだが、
何が？
酔いつぶれて怪我をしたって患者さんが。
前から結構いた気がするけど、もっと増えてるってこと？
ああ、高里組の締め付けがきつくなってるって話だから、追い詰められて酒に逃げる人が増えてるのかもしれない。
Oh my gosh.
そろそろ時間か。午後の診察始まるぞ。
Okay.
はい。
Hi, Taku. Once he put away his medical equipment, Taku rose to his feet. Likewise, Ray filled out the room.
お前、今日は休みだったよな。
Okay.
うん。
まだ気分が悪いなら上でおとなしく寝とけよ。
Yes, boss. I still had a hangover headache, but it was nothing I couldn't tolerate. As I stepped out into the hall, I passed Arimura holding a bouquet in his
買っ
arms.
てきたのか。
違いますよ。今配達が来たんですけど、誰からなのか不明で。
Oh no. He blinked at me with a straight face. Oh, that's the dude from the beginning.
ええ。なので、泉さんへ聞きに行こうと思っていて。僕の代わりに聞いてきてもらえませんか？
As he spoke, I noticed he was blushing faintly. I'd forgotten that this dude had a major crush on Ray. Oh, that's so sweet. I
お
didn't
前が
know.
聞いてこいよ。
Why can't you do
今
it?
手が離せないんです。なので、お願いします。
本当にいいのか。
Oh, look at that smirk.
何がですか？いいんですよ。早く言ってください。
Oh, that's so pretty. He sensed what I was getting at and glared at me reproachfully. Then he thrust the bouquet in my hands. The moment I took it, a strange scent tickled my nose. I thought maybe it was the flowers, so I sniffed them, but it wasn't that. Next, I looked at the payment slip. The only sender listed was the flower shop itself. I looked up to find that Arimura had already left.
あら、何よその花、可愛いじゃない。
Aww. Just then, Ray walked over from the staff room. Hi,
か
Ray!
しら。ピンクでとっても可愛いわね。どうしたのこの花？
I don't
誰
know.
かから送られてきたらしい。
誰かって？
さあ、
I don't know.
わからないってこと？
Nope. He looked at me dubiously, so I showed him the payment slip.
花屋の名前しか書いてないじゃない。
有村が困ってた。
恥ずかしがり屋の患者さんなのかしら。それともタクの知り合いとか。
Could be.
何にしろ誰からなのかわからないのはモヤモヤする。
The mysterious flower. He put a hand to his chin in contemplation, then looked at me.
ねえとはこの花屋へ行って聞いてきてよ。
What? I fixed him with a deviant look. Why? Why the hell would I go to a flower shop for fun?
何よその目。いいじゃない。今日はお休みなんだし。それともそんなに二日酔いがひどいの？
You're evil. No, really.
それじゃお願いね。お花は私が飾っておくわ。
Ah, Ray, don't wink at me. He took the bouquet from me and winked. Times like these, I couldn't hold my ground against him. If I didn't do exactly as he asked, I'd only get an earful later. Not only that, but Ray knew I wouldn't waste my energy fighting him on it. I looked down at the payment slip in my hands and let out a sigh. Oh, good luck. Oh my gosh. Ultimately, I left the clinic and headed to the flower shop. As I walked, I used the GPS app to orient myself in the right direction. Before long, my destination came into view up ahead. Hello, flower shop. The store had a sign that read Rose, with glass panels that displayed the plants for sale inside. I peered in from outside. There was a single male clerk standing inside, with no customers in sight. I walked over to the door and slowly pulled it open.
いらっしゃいませ。
Welcome! The clerk walked over to me.
聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
Hi!
はい、何でしょう。
His expression faltered slightly in the face of my brusque attitude. What the hell? I pulled the payment slip out of my coat pocket and showed it to him. He recognized it and nodded.
ああ、村瀬クリニックさんへの配達ですね。何か問題が？
誰から送られた花なのか知りたい。
He looked at me with a guilty
す
frown.
みません。こちらはどうしても匿名でと承っておりまして。
Tell me!
どうして？
はい。なのでお答えするわけには。
送られた側としても困るんだけど、こういうの。
確かにそうですよね。この時は自分が対応したんですが、花を贈られたのは患者さんだと思います。皆さんにいつもお世話になっているから感謝を伝えたいと、そうおっしゃられていたので。
匿名にした理由は？
恥ずかしいので知られたくないと。
Ah, embarrassed. If this clerk was telling the truth, then there was no real reason to force a name out of him. If anything, that'd just be rude to the
わかっ
patient.
た。どうも。
Ah, you're not a good detective. I nodded and turned away. I wanted to leave this place ASAP. For some reason, I couldn't stand the leafy aroma of the plants here. With that thought, I opened the glass door and quickly distanced myself from all the greenery. Bye-bye! That was fast. I had officially accomplished the task Ray wanted me to do. And since I wasn't scheduled to work at the clinic, today I had some time on my hands. I figured maybe I'd wander around town before heading back home. Oh, free exploration! Okay. Where are we gonna go? Let's go to Tajima. Is there somebody there? Who's there? Hello? Let's go to Imoto Central Park. Let's see if we can find something there. Is there anybody there? Hello? Cutscene. Something's happening. Okay, this is the park located at the entrance to District E. Not much to say about it, except on weekends they sometimes hold concerts, rummage sales and other events. In the evening you can see a lot of kids around, possibly due to the large-scale combined K-12 school located close by. Since the park is situated at the foot of the bridge, all District E residents have to pass through it in search of District D to reach District D. Consequently, you'll see people of every stripe around here, from student to office workers to prostitutes. The park is rich with plants and trees, and many people come here to relax. I can hear an ambulance siren in the distance, on the other side of the bridge. Just another part of daily life in Shinkiyomi.
Hi!
Oh, somebody! Hi! Hello?
Yo!
Ah, it's them again! Hi. Oh, let's talk to them. Oh, it's perfect timing, actually. I've got a question. If somebody asked you which you like better, booze or smokes, what would you tell them? Both. No, I mean you gotta pick one. Oi. Okay, I can see here. So that euphoria goes up. With both, euphoria goes up. I'm gonna respond negatively.
Negative.
Let's see.
どうでもいい。
Then it doesn't matter.
いや、
Forget it. Joke's on me for asking, I guess. Ooh, it filled. I had a feeling Toa-san would say that. I know, right? Kotura-san worries about the strangest things. He'll waffle between roughing up a delinquent debtor and roughing up a violent drug addict. What's the difference? Exactly. But I'm not sure what order to do it in. What does it matter?
もう
Come on, Kotru. What's gotten into you? Oh, look, it's black. Can we do something? Ooh, what's gotten into you? We clicked on it.
うるせえよ。
Cram it. The order we do it totally changes my motivation
そんじゃ
level. Ah, whatever. Let's just go. See you around, Toa. See you. Should we go back to Rose? Just to check. Or else I'll just move to a different location if there's nothing at Rose. Oh! We can go in. The instant I walked in, a fresh earthly smell hit my nostrils. For some reason, this place made me uncomfortable.
こんにちは。
Oh, come on. Oh, it's you
Hello.
again. Yup. Let's talk to him. what do you need? Ooh, there we go. He seems a little guarded. Okay, so let's go for negative.
ネガティブ。
I have nothing to say.
いや、
Huh? So you're just browsing, that's all? Oh, right, of course. I want to know more about the flowers we were sent. Huh? Oh, well, in that case... Oh, he's happy! Okay, tell me more about the flowers. And there you have it.
そうか。
Gotcha. Is there anything else I can help you
い
with?
や、
No, nothing. That's everything. I hope you'll come by again sometime. Well, let's go to the shopping district. See if we can get a cutscene there. As I walked down the street, I noticed a line of people outside a small shop. I could smell something sweet, probably a bakery then. Upon further inspection, I spotted Ray at the end of the line. Hey, Ray! What are you doing here? Oh my god, Toa, don't perceive me. Perceive me right now. I mean, not like it's that embarrassing or whatever. Oh no, what's he doing?
これはね、
I'm here to buy a limited edition cake. Oh, want to eat it with me after?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, let's see. Okay, we want to have the euphoria up,
ポ
right?
ジティブに。
Play along. You really like your sweets, don't you? Yeah. Like them? I love them. I would like totally to die. I would like totally die without my sugar fix. Like? That's his like. Interesting.
それじゃね。
Anyway, gotta go snag myself a piece of heaven. See you later. Bye. See you. Murase's clinic. What's happening there? Is anything happening there?
よ
Taku! Oh, hey, Toa. Oh, why is it such a... Why is this music here?
う。な。
What are you groaning to yourself about? Oh, well, it's just... Takayama-san invited me to get drinks tonight, but I'm not sure I can complete with that lush. Much as I love booze, if I go drinking with Tajima-san, I have to prepare myself for a real nasty hangover. But I can't keep rejecting the invite every time. Okay. He seems worried. Make it clear? Make a casual comment. Let's make it
ネガティ
clear.
ブに。
Just say no. It's fine.
あのな。
Easy for you to say. Networking is a lot more complicated than it seems. Interesting. So why don't you go? You get a lot of free booze out of
いいん
it.
じゃないか。
And that's no problem for you since you drink like a dead fish. No problem for you. What if I told you I'm interested? You serious? Don't be silly.
まったく。
Jeez, you almost had me that time. Sorry. Well, whatever. Maybe I could just go for an hour or two, then leave early.
それじゃあな。
Well, back to work. I'm out of here. Alright. Okay, let's move along, people. I'm getting chilly. This is Yanagawa Cafe. It's a popular lunch spot in this area, and since it's only about 5 minutes walk from the clinic, we come here a lot. It's been open for 20 years, and the interior is pleasantly peaceful. Oh, let's have some
いらっ
lunch!
しゃいませ。
Oh, hi waitress, come on in. How many?
Ah.
Table for one, smoking section. You got it, right this way. Okay,
あの、
here's your menu. She looks very, very sad. I'll take a coffee, any kind. Coming right up. And the honey toast! I lit a cigarette and gazed aimlessly around the room. Some customers were drinking coffee and reading the newspapers, while others were cutting up the cafe's famous honey toast. Most of them were familiar faces, regulars who always come by for lunch. As I smoked my cigarette, the waitress returned carrying a mug of coffee. Thanks for waiting. Here's your Yanagawa house blend. I took the mug and raised it to my lips. The faint acidity and rich scent wafted up to greet me. It made me realize just how seldom I imbibed something this mild in flavor. As the fragrance of the coffee beans lingered, I raised my cigarette to my lips. Okay, we're done with exploring. And we got some interesting exploration over. Some interesting developments. But let's see. There we go. Let's continue the story. Back at my apartment, I turned on the TV and flopped down onto the sofa. My mind wandered as I slid a cigarette between my lips. For a moment I thought maybe I should tell Ray about the anonymous flower sender. But before I could grab my phone, I changed my mind. Yeah, you're lazy! Oh. Late that night, I paid a visit to Roost like usual.
いらっしゃい。
Welcome. The manager called out to me quietly as I entered. I walked to the counter and sat down on the empty stool. Hi.
何にする？
ウォッカ、ロックで。
Oh, vodka on the rocks. He grabbed a glass, dropped in some ice, then poured in the liquor. Once the cup was full of clear liquid, he handed it to me. Okay. I slid over and took a small sip. Then I pulled out a cigarette and lit it.
そうだ、トワ君。あのね。
ありがとうございました。
Ray's loud voice cut in as he and a man I didn't recognize walked out from the back
今日
room.
はありがとう。
Oh, he did some body modification. Look at that alien spaceship on his neck. Oh my gosh, that's so
こちらこそ。
cute.
いつでもどうぞ。
Oh, that wink. The man bowed to Ray and the manager then left the bar. After he was gone, Ray whirled around to look at me like he'd only just noticed me.
あらとは来てたの？
Hi.
の曲か？
そう。体に磁石入れてみたいんだって。
A magnet implant? In other words, he was one of Ray's body modification
Ray-kun.
clients.
お客さんが呼んでるよ。
はい。
Bye,
オーダー取ってき
Ray!
ます。とは今日は飲みすぎないでね。
No, don't do that. With that semi-serious warning, he strolled off to the customer's table. Exhaling cigarette smoke, I pulled my cell phone out of my pocket. Then I navigated to the fourth phase and scrolled through the news articles. Before long, I arrived at the wound photo from before. It was still very bit as
店
eye-catching.
長、
I showed him my phone screen over the counter.
これ、何に見える？
What does it look like
あ
to
あ、そ
you?
れ。ブログの画像だよね。フレーズの。
傷に見えるけど違う。
さっき話そうとしたことなんだけどね。フレーズにあったよ。
What? You met the artist? At this, I lowered my
連絡
phone.
があったのか？
いや、店に来て名乗ったんだよ。自分がそうだって。
Oh.
どんなやつだった？
男性だよ。見た目は普通かな。この町には最近来たみたいで、メールアドレスの件について謝られた。今は使ってないものを間違えて記入してしまったって。それでね、 名乗り出てくれたお礼に好きな飲み物をおごるよって言ったら、なんて答えたと思う？
Absinthe!
アブさんって言うんだよ。
That weird wormwood
あの独
booze.
特の香りが好きなんだって。そんなことを言う人は初めてだから、びっくりしちゃったよ。
I think he was in Frey's apartment because, you know, like grassy.
何がどうしたの？
何
店長、オーダー。
Ray cut into the conversation in order to pass on the customer's request.
店のブログに載せた傷の画像あるでしょ？
そうなんだ。とはよかったじゃない。
I don't think Toa. Beaming, Ray clapped me on the shoulder. The unexpected impact made me cough.
ねえとは、そういえばクリニックに花を送った人って誰だったの？
言ったよ。匿名希望だから言えないってさ。
そうなの？それはそれで困るわね。
うちの患者だろうとは言ってた。いつも世話になってるから送ったとかなんとか。
I don't think so.
そっか。それじゃあやっぱり患者さんの誰かなのかな？
花が
No.
送られてきたの？
As Ray murmured pensively, the manager cut in half-dried glass in his hand. At the
クリニック
clinic,
に
yeah.
届いたんだけど、誰からなのかが書いてなかったのよ。
Oh.
それでトアが今日は休みだったから花屋に直接聞きに行ってもらったの。
そうなんだ。どんな花？
ピンクのガーベラ。あ、ねえガーベラの花言葉って知ってる？
花言葉？
I had
知ら
no
ない
idea.
な。
Ray looked from the manager to me. Wordlessly, I shook my head.
通行日ですって。
Sublime,
通行日？
sublime beauty?
なんだかうやうやしい響きのある花言葉
That
だ
sounds
ね。
weird.
そうね。送ってくれた患者さんはそういうの関係なく見た目で選んだんでしょうけど。
Ah.
それにしてもレイ君、花言葉なんてよく知ってるね。
花のタトゥーを入れたいっていうお客さんが結構いるから花について調べたことがあるの。
Ah. Well, that's
その
good.
時に花言葉があるって知ってちょっとハマっちゃったのよね。だってロマンチックじゃない？
Oh, he's such a romantic. He clasped his hands at his chest and swooned.
すべての花に意味がつけられてるなんて。
あ、レイ君、お客さんが呼んで
You got a customer. Go. Bye-bye.
はーい。
Ray hastily unclasped his hand and headed over to the customer who had raised his hand for service.
トワ君、今度フレーズに紹介しようか。
The manager's voice left his lips in a conspiritual whisper. Admittedly, I was a little curious about Phrase, but not that desperate to meet the guy.
ま、機会があれば。
I took a sip of my watery vodka and slowly swallowed. Interesting. What's gonna happen? Who's Phrase? Do we know who Phrase is? I don't know. Thomas Atelier. The next day, I was scheduled to work in the morning. Unfortunately, I slept until right before the clinic opened, forcing Taku to wake me up. I was dying to have a smoke before I went downstairs, so I grabbed a pack off the coffee table and lit one. As I was taking a drag, there was a light knock at the door. Taku!
ちょっといいか。
Oh. Taku walked into the room and shut the door behind him. Then he folded his arms and looked at me sternly. I figured he'd chew me out for smoking instead of heading straight to work, but apparently not. I set my cigarette in the ashtray, turned my face to exhale the smoke anyway, then looked back at him.
さっき酔っ払って腕に怪我をしたって患者さんが来たんだが、どうも気になってな。詳しく話を聞かせてもらったんだ。そしたら、ただ酔って怪我をしたわけじゃなく、途中で意識を失って、目が覚めたらいつの間にか包帯が巻かれていたらしい。
それって。
You mean? He nodded. First they blacked out, then they woke up with a perfect patched wound. The circumstances were exactly the same as
その患
mine.
者さんは風俗嬢でな。昨夜泥酔した状態で帰ろうとしていた時に意識を失って、目が覚めたら路上で寝ていたんだそうだ。腕の怪我はその時に気づいたと。他に被害はなく、腕の傷も手当て済みだったらしい。
部屋には連れ込まれなかったのか。
みたいだな。お前と状況が全く同じというわけじゃないが、少なくとも怪我の手当てはされていた。
This is
乱暴されたとか何かを盗まれたってわけでもない。で、最近この手の患者が増えてるって話を実
There's the
際
stabber.
で少し噂になってるらしい。
噂
Yeah, what
外
kind
で
of
意識を
rumors?
失うと目が覚めた時に覚えのない怪我をしていて、しかも治療されてるってやつだ。水狂な女神なんてあだ名がついてるらしくて。
The goddess of whimsy?
女神女なのか。
いや、わからん。意識のない怪我人を放っておけずに手当てをするってところからナイチンゲールでも連想したんじゃないのか。
He shrugged wearily.
とりあえず今の話を伝えに来た。あとそれ吸ったらすぐに降りてこい。
Oh my god. He pointed at the ashtray, then turned and left the room. The goddess of whimsy? What's whimsy? Was she the person who brought me to that apartment full of plants? She'd have to be a saint to take a strange man in off the street. Did that kind of good Samaritan even exist in this day and age? I plucked my cigarette from the ashtray and took one last drag. Goddess of whimsy? Sounds weird. Sounds suspicious! It's suspicious! Aww. As I sat behind the reception counter, working my morning shift at the clinic, a cheerful voice rang out across the waiting room. Alright!
こんにちは。花の配達です。
A man approached the counter, carrying a large bouquet.
こちら前回と同じく。
It's a dude from the flower shop! Oh my god, look, the dude from the flower shop. The dude. There's something with that dude. This is from the same mysterious sender as last time. I rose to my feet and accepted the bouquet over the counter. Briefly, I caught a whiff of a particular smell, but then it was gone again. Was it the flowers? Oh, no! You're suspicious! The man's smoke was a bright, vibrant, reddish purple. I felt like I recognized it from somewhere recently. Oh, that's right, the flower shop. The clerk at the flower shop had the exact same smoke. I looked up at his face to
こちら
confirm.
が明細書になります。
He offered me the paper with an amicable smile. Yep, that's him, all right.
どうも。
Thank you. Right as I took the payment slip, Ray popped out from the
あ
hallway.
ら、また花の配達？
Another flower delivery! He rushed over excitedly and took the bouquet from me.
今度はゼラニウムかしら。真っ赤で情熱的ね。これまた前と同じ匿名さんから？
はい。
Correct. The man nodded, still smiling.
とっても素敵なお花を送ってもらって嬉しいんだけど、やっぱりお礼も言えないのは申し訳ない気持ちになるわ。
Ray smiled sadly. Then the other man noticed the vase of flowers on the counter. The gerberas from
こう
last
して
time.
飾られていることが何よりのお礼になると思いますよ。送られた方もきっと見ていると思いますし。
そうね。
It's you! It's you! Flower boy! It's you!
どんなやつだ。
It's you! I know it's you. I don't know, but I think it's you. The sudden question caught him off guard, and he looked at me.
名前は明かせなくても、容姿や性格を教えるくらいならいいだろ
He furrowed his brow and looked up at the ceiling as if trying to
そ
remember.
うですね。差し支えない範囲でお伝えすることしかできませんが、 50代から60代の優しそうな男性です。
50s or 60s? So, is it Sakaki or Tono?
やだ、ナイスミドルじゃない。
When he said he would keep it vague, he really wasn't kidding. We had dozens of male patients in their 50s and 60s.
すみません、これ以上は。
He frowned at me guiltily.
とは彼を困らせても仕方がないでしょ。
No, it's not.
お仕事中に足止めしちゃってごめんなさいね。花屋のロゼの
Ray scrutinized the payment slip, then looked up at the other
お兄
man.
さん、お名前は？
What's your name? Clerk boy.
生稲です。生きるに稲穂の稲で。
Ikuina.
生稲さんね。
Ikuina.
覚えておくわ。
よろしくお願いします。
I am never gonna pronounce that name right. Ikuina bowed politely, then headed for the front
生
entrance.
稲さんか。今時珍しく純朴そうで好感触よね。
ああいうのがタイプなのか。
Ray tilted his head in
う
contemplation.
ーん、タイプかと聞かれるとちょっと違うな。って、
Is he
そ
my
れよ
type
り仕
or
事
not?
仕事。ほら、ドアも早く。
Ray hastily straightened his posture and hurried off down the hall, carrying the bouquet and the payment slip. As for me, I sat down behind the reception counter and got back to work. Just go do your work. Oh, we're at the Yanagawa Cafe. Then lunchtime rolled around. Let's go for some honey toast. Takure and I all paid a visit to Yanagawa Cafe to get food. Well, you get coffee, right? We all ordered the same honey toast special, but after the two of them had cleaned their plates, I was still only halfway done. I'd eaten a lot more than I usually did, but now my stomach was packed full and would only allow a few sips of
そう
coffee.
いえばまた来たのよ。
Got
花の
flowers again! Ray donned an exasperated frown as he swirled his after-dinner coffee around in his
前に
mug.
も来てた匿名の患者さんからってやつか？
Yes, they were.
そうでね、配達に来た店員さん、前回も同じ人だったらしいんだけど、生稲さんって言ってね、素直そうな可愛い人なの。
やめとけやめとけ。下手に手を出して変な噂を立てられたら困るぞ。
失礼ね。手なんか出さないわよ。人を分別のないけだものみたいに言うのやめてちょうだい。ってそうじゃなくて、花よ花。今回は赤いゼラニウムって花だったんだけど、その花言葉なんだと思う？
With a suggestive smirk, he looked from Taku to me and back.
花言葉なんて知らんぞ。
He doesn't know, okay?
そんなに面白い言葉だったのか？
とわは？
さあ、
He doesn't know. I shrugged and he scolded me. Then after a moment, he shook it off.
赤いゼラニウムの花言葉はね、あなたがいる幸
I'm
せ。
happy that you're here. Oh, that's freaking me out,
前回
man.
のガーベラが崇高美で、
Sublime
今回は
Rihanna.
あなたがいる幸せよ。なんだか片思いのメッ
You're
セージみたい
such,
で
you're
ロマン
such
チックじゃ
a
ない？
romantic, right, Ray? Oh my god. He clasped his hand together and swooned. Meanwhile, Taku rolled his eyes and sipped his coffee. Apparently, he couldn't relate.
そうかもしれんな。
やだ。全然盛り上がんないし。つまんない。
って言われてもな。
もしよ。送った人が意図的にガーベラとゼラニウムを選んだんだとし
I
たら。
think they did. With a mischievous grin, Ray snuck a conspiratorial glance at me and Taku.
誰のことを思ってるのかしら。やっぱりタク。
Who do they have a crush on? Yeah, they have a crush on Taku.
もうそうもほどほどにな。
You're being ridiculous.
ちょっと何よその目。人を憐れむような目で見るのやめてくれる？
They love you. Our utter lack of enthusiasm made Ray pout his lips in defense.
送ってきたのは50代から60代くらいの男らしいけど、
50代から60代の男？っ
花屋の店員に聞いた。
No, it's the flower shop
て
guy.
言っても、その特徴に当てはまる患者さんなんてたくさんいるぞ。
花を送ってきそうで、シャイで、穏やかそうな感じの人よ、きっと。そういう患者さんに心当たりある？
This is gonna be horrible. Murmuring, Taku folded his arms and tilted his head in
なん
contemplation.
とも言えんな。
Can't think of
医
anyone
者
off
の
the
前
top
では
of
み
my
んな
head.
おとなしい
Oh
もんだし
no.
な。
それもそうね。じゃあ、タクが聞ける範囲で患者さんに聞いてみるのはど
あなたが花の送り主ですかって？
そうよ。
できなくはないが、わざわざ匿名で送ってきてるのに、はい、そうですって返事する
Yeah,
と
he
思う
wants to be
か？
anonymous. It's the flower guy. It's the flower guy.
それもそうよね。
Ray bit his nails in
とはい
frustration.
え、二度あることは三度あるって言うからな。また花が届くかもしれんぞ。
その行為自体はとっても嬉しいんだけどね。もらいっぱなしでお礼の一つも言えないなんて。
まあな。
ね
It's his choice.
え、やっぱり思ったんだけど、
Ray looked at us pensively.
花を送ってきた人って、もしかしたら本
Madly
当
in
に
love with
なんだって？
Taku. What?
それなら匿名にしたいっていう気持ちも理解できるじゃない？しかも男の人でしょ？
やめろやめろ。
Taku waved a dismissive hand.
もしそうだったら禁断のラブロ
Forbidden
マンスよ。
romance.
自分より年下の医者に密かに恋焦がれる老紳士。
お前な、人を勝手に妄想に巻き込むなよ。そういうのは頭の中だけでやってく
To
れ。
yourself.
ひどい。ちょっといいなって思っただけなのに。ねえとは。ねえ、どう思う？
どうでもいい。
I don't care.
ひどい。
Ray was getting unreasonably worked up. I just ignored him and drank my lukewarm coffee. I need some tea too. The flower language. We got another sketch. Oh my gosh. What's gonna happen next? I was scheduled to work the morning shift from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., then return for the evening shift from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. After that, Arimura took over for me, so I went straight back to my apartment. The period from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. was known as the night shift. This was the longest of the shifts, but in exchange there were far fewer patients to interact with. As I smoked a cigarette, I contemplated going to roost, but I figured I might wander around town a bit beforehand. Maybe I could find out more about the goddess of whimsy or whatever. It's exploration time! But we're gonna stop here because I have been recording for nearly an hour and that's enough for editing. So this will be possibly the final part. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this journey. Go check out Slow Damage. Go play it yourself. It's very much, I really love it. I know it's dark and grim and saying you love it, right? But I really love the art style. I love the mechanics, even though we haven't done a lot of the mechanics yet. But yeah, I can't wait to move on to the next part. I'm so curious. Who sent the flowers, right? We don't know. Do we have a stalker? Yes, we have a stalker. Okay, well, that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, miss you, love you, bye!